Alright, so welcome back to WMAC Now with your host, Chuck Stevenson. Yes, I am still alive. Yes, the channel is still going to continue going. Um, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk with you about, what's been going on, why it's been almost a month with no content, which I'm pretty sure is the longest I've ever gone before without making content, and what the future of the channel looks like. So let me start with this. Lately, I have not been happy with the state of the women's divisions. And there's multiple reasons for it, but let's just say that I feel like it all starts with the UFC and how stagnant they've let the divisions besides women's flyweight become. Particularly, let's be honest. Okay, featherweight's done, but strawweight has stagnated. And I feel a lot of it has to do with the current champion. But also bantamweight has really stagnated, and they still have not done anything with it yet. Like, yes, they have signed some new talent at bantamweight, but at the same time, they're not truly trying to build up that division and build for the future. It's more like, okay, who can we sell next as the big thing in this division? And that's all they're doing. That's all that they've ever done with that division since the beginning with Ronda. And I feel that they're still operating on that. So let's talk about that for a minute. So women's bantamweight started off with Ronda Rousey, and they had a decent division at the time, and they built it up a little bit. But for the most part, it was always about fast-tracking matchmaking in order to build a next challenger for Ronda, because she was destroying everybody. And then as soon as Ronda lost to Holly Holm, well, then they rushed the Misha Tate fight between Holm and Misha. Misha beat Holm, and then Tate lost to Amanda Nunes, and then boom, it was basically the same thing with Nunes as was with Ronda. They weren't building the division, they were letting it stagnate, and all they were doing was basically matchmaking just enough to build a new champ. So the division is still dealing with the stagnation from Nunes, which was kind of a carryover from Ronda. At strawweight, we have a champ who defended once this year and won't be defending for the rest of the year. She had, 2 fights last year? She won the belt, I think. Or no, did she fight more than once last year? I can't even remember. Okay, so I looked it up. Yes, Wei Li has fought once in 2023 against Lemos, and then she's fought once this year in 2024, and it doesn't look like she's going to fight again this year. So, one defense a year. Listen, all you Wei Li stands and you weird stalkers, your champ is lazy. Like, there's no excuse for that. Outside of disclosing a serious injury and proving it with photos and stuff, your champ is lazy. And the division is suffering because of it. And I don't even want to hear anything from the Suarez fans. She can't even show up to a title eliminator. So y'all can take your uncrowned champ stuff and shove it. So yeah, stagnation at the top is a big thing. The regional scene is popping right now. Not like all the time, not every week, not every month, but overall the regional scene is popping, and the UFC is not lately. Another big factor for, my discouragement and stuff is that I've been in following the sport for just shy of 20 years. I first started following MMA in January of 2020 when I joined an MMA gym. Unknowingly, I didn't know what kind of gym it was, but I joined an MMA gym because I wanted to get in shape before I left for the Air Force. That was January of 2005. Fell in love with what I was doing, fell in love with the sport. People got me watching it, and then I even watched my first women's MMA fight later that year on a King of the Cage DVD box set. I'll never forget, it was Debbie Purcell and some other woman. And I loosely followed the women from that point on. Fights for the ladies were few and far between, especially in the U.S. or outside of Japan. But I've been following the sport as a whole, and the women loosely from that point until early 2010s to mid 2010s. So yeah, been following MMA for 20 years almost. I'm kind of burned out a little bit. And that's normal. Most MMA fans are like 5 years in this sport, if that. Like, I remember the Anderson Silva stands. Most of them are gone. The second wave of BJ Penn fans, most of them are gone. The Ronda fans, the fans that came in with Ronda, they're gone. Oh, the McGregor fans in 2014, maybe, I want to say. Yeah, most of them are gone now, too. A lot of Habib fans left when he left, although some of them moved immediately on to Islam. Makhachev. Mostly because of his connection to Habib. Or because of religious reasons, which is whatever. No comment. But yeah, for me to be in the sport, or following the sport, for almost 20 years, and have been covering it since late, I want to say 2017. Like covering it, I started my channel in late 2017. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 7 years. That's a long time as well. Yeah, I'm a little burned out. And I'll tell you one of the biggest reasons why I'm a little burned out. I've seen so many fighters come and go. Like, a lot of people only follow one fighter, or they'll follow 1, 2, maybe 3 fighters. And when those fighters go, they'll leave. I've seen so many fighters reach their peak and then fade and then go. A lot of fighters that I like too. And it's hard. It's hard to watch fighters you like start off, reach their peak, and then fade. And I've seen it happen so many times. I mean, Carla Esparza just retired. Man, I started following her in the early Invicta days, watched her win the Invicta title, came to the UFC, won the title after TUF, watched her battle all the way back to the title. She is the only women's champ who took the long road back to the title just because of some setbacks. And now to watch her have one fight after she won the title again, finally, lost it, got married, had her kid. Congratulations to Carla on that. Come back, win a contentious or lose a contentious decision against another one of my favorites, Tisha Torres. And then now she's retired. It's hard as a fight fan to watch some of your favorites retire. And okay, Tisha Torres, she's another one. She might not be long for the sport either. And I mean, just so many really good fighters that I've watched rise, fade, and leave. Wmma. Listen, I was not a Wmma fan at all for a long, long time. And now that she's gone, man, I miss Wmma in this sport. When Wmma was on top, the strawweight division ruled the roost. And now it's faded. And a part of that was because Wmma defended multiple times a year. Man, I miss Wmma. Who's another fighter? Okay, Ayaka Hamasaki. I wasn't always a big Ayaka fan. Not always. But damn, did I respect her. And I still do. She's slowly fading. Her time in the sport's not long either. How many others? There's probably too many to mention. Marloes Kunin. She's long gone. Just a bunch of fighters that have come and gone, many of whom will never get the recognition that they deserve. And then, of course, my favorite fighter, Sahi Ham. She has not fought at all this year. I don't think she's going to get the fight this year. And she's pushing 40 too. Like, she's hitting close to 40. And she's coming off a knockout loss. And I'll be honest, that loss to Stamp hit me hard. I'll be honest. It did. And to watch my favorite fighter lose to someone who I respect as a fighter, but I do not like, that was very hard. So, yeah, I've been feeling the burnout more this year than any other year, and it's shown in long absences between videos, although this might be the longest one yet. But I have not yet given up hope. I have not lost all my spirit. The channel is still going to keep going. I'm trying to get back into it. I'm in the airport right now, on my way to watch this Invicta event on Wednesday. Hopefully it'll be a good one. There's some up-and-comers on this one too, particularly the atomweight fight between Magdalena Zabin and Hope Holmes. That's a good one. And there's some other, up-and-comers on this card too. So we'll see. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on what's been happening, why I haven't been recording as much. It's been hard to find the motivation, but then I also remember that it's not a matter of motivation, it's a matter of dedication. And I've dedicated myself to this channel since late 2017, early 2018, and I've got to keep it going. So I'm still going to keep it going. It might not be as frequent as it was before, and a lot of fights I just don't care about lately. I'll be honest, a lot of UFC fights to me are just pointless matchmaking. I just have a hard time caring about them. So the reviews are going to be infrequent, I'll be honest. The coverage is still going to be a little infrequent, but I'm going to try to work on it. So please bear with me. And all I can ask is that you do that. You bear with me, and don't give up on the channel. And certainly do not give up on the ladies. I still believe that the best of women's mixed martial arts is yet to come. I'm certain of that. It's just a matter of the regional scenes doing what they need to do, and then the UFC picking up the slack. And personally, I'll be honest, I think they need to get rid of Mick Maynard. He is not doing the ladies divisions any favors. So either get rid of Mick Maynard, or just say, hey, Mick, you're only on the lower men's weights, and we'll bring in someone specifically to matchmake for the ladies, because he just doesn't seem to care, I don't think, anymore. Outside of the flyweight division, I just don't think he's doing a good job. So, yes, the best of WMMA is yet to come, and I don't think this channel is necessarily peaked either. I think we're in a valley. I think we plateaued. I think we're in a valley right now, and I believe that as long as I can find my dedication again, the peaks are yet to come for this channel. So don't give up on it as well. Thank you for watching this. This went longer than I probably needed to, but thank you for watching. I'm not going to ask you to like or subscribe, but thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.